A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there to my channel, the Twinflame Union. And in this channeling session, I have been given a tarot card. Actually, I have been given 2 tarot cards, but I would be covering each card in one separate video to explain it further. Now, in some scenarios, we get a series of cards like 6 cards, 5 cards, 4 cards, 7 cards, 9 cards, 10 cards, even more also in some cases. But in this particular case, single cards have been shown to share the feeling of divine masculine where I asked. Now, this card would resonate with those divine masculines whose divine feminines have literally gone through everything that one can go through in the twin flame journey. The card that has been shown to me here is the 9 of Swords. This card denotes that the divine masculine has been going through a phase of paranoia and great deal of mental anguish. He is going through a great deal of depression at this point in time, and the state that he is in, which is 9 of Swords, actually also means that there is more to come. Now, this card is one of the negative cards in the tarot deck, and it sort of, as I said, describes a state of mental anguish, but it's a very powerful and very intense state of mental anguish, which basically arises from taking very quick actions which have not been thought well, actions which were not considered properly or researched well, just by the face value of it, or just by, in the very beginning you see something glittering and you think it's gold and you pick it up. It's something like that when you take an action like that. And it has been shown to me that the divine masculine very well knew that the divine feminine was his sole choice. It was the option that was given to him by the universe. He knew about it. He was very well clear that she is the one for him. But despite that, he purposely and knowingly took another option. Now, whatever this option was, if it was a person, if it was a place, if it was more money, or if it was some kind of karmic template or relationship, it can be both actually. As I have already explained to you guys in a video, in an information, in a coaching video, where 2 types of karmic patterns are seen mostly. One is in the form of person and one is in the form of a place or a situation or a lucrative, very attractive offer. Now, normally the universe does this with the divine masculine in order to test him, to see where he has reached, because he also had his own conversations with the universal domain when he asked for love and when he asked for true love especially. So the universe said that, okay, we will give it to you. But the universe wanted to see if he's really ready for it, or if he really has worked on himself for it or not. So another very attractive offer was given to him. And unfortunately, in this case, the divine masculine, who was still not ready to face the intensity of life, to face the truth of life, he chose the easy option that glittered. Now, I would like to say that the divine feminines, none of you should take it personally. Please do not take it personally. Don't think that I was not so pretty, I was not so attractive, or he didn't love me enough and that's the reason why he did it. No, you were really amazing and you are amazing, and you can take my word for it, because I am in constant communication with a lot of divine feminines. In each divine feminine, I always see some sort of light. When I don't see the light, I don't even coach people sometimes, or when I don't see the light, it also means that they're still not ready to accept their beauty, their femininity, the innocence that is there in them given by the universe. But the reading that I'm doing for this particular card has actually come up for really beautiful divine feminines with a pure heart, with the heart of gold. So she had a heart of gold and she was there for the divine masculine. She accepted him with all his problems and all his goodness, everything. She accepted him in totality. And she wasn't scared even at that time to face anything. She was like, we will face anything. We will face all hardships. We will face all difficulties with a smile on our face. But it was the divine masculine who had cold feet. It was the divine masculine who got scared and he wasn't ready for it. So what he did was he chose the better option, the easy option. And at that point in time, whatever came first and whatever was very attractive, he took that. So you don't take it personally, because he was not ready to see your light. He was not ready to see your shine yet. That's why he couldn't see the light, he couldn't see the shine, which he is seeing now, because he is not able to sleep. He is having sleepless nights. And what happens is that when you see something very glittery, you think it to be a diamond or a piece of gold, and you are like doing your lucky dance. But when you take it to the examiner, or I'm just giving an example in this case, when you take it to the examiner or the jeweler or anybody, and they tell you, oh, it's just a fake, it's not real gold, it's a fake gold, or it's not real diamond, it's fake diamond. That's the time, the divine masculine feels this very sharp feeling in his heart, like, oh my God, what the hell did I do? Because in order to pick that option, he actually gave up the real diamond and the real gold. So now he is like, I made a very big mistake. And he can also see how, he's feeling very small in his own eyes. He's feeling like some of them are feeling that I was so damn lustful, because he was giving this lecture to the divine feminine, or he was giving this lecture to his other friends. Like, I'm all about love, and I don't care about sex, and I don't care about physical beauty, or I don't care about this. For me, it's always the heart that matters, or it's the action of the person that matters. It's the goodness, it's the kindness that I really go for. So when he was giving these long sermons to his friends and even to the divine feminine, because he sort of doubted her that he really wants him. Because also a lot of divine masculines have that borderline narcissistic personality, where they think that they are so good looking, like they themselves in their own eyes, even if they don't think it, but somehow in the behavior, in the body language, in the tonality, in the arrogance level, they have somehow projected it to the outside world, to the external world, and even in front of the divine feminine, that he is so amazing, he's so handsome, or he's so good looking, or he's so attractive, or he's so successful, or he's got all the money, or he's a player. In some cases, like, he's the player no one can get. He's acted very hard to get in front of her, not in front of the karmic, or not in front of the other options, the karmic templates like the job, the place, or anybody who was offering him something. In front of them, he wasn't acting like that. He was acting very humble and very full of gratitude, what he should have actually done to the feminine. So now he is sitting up on his bed, he cannot sleep, because imagine you leave a big chunk of gold or a big Kohinoor diamond, and when you go to the examiner and you find out that what you have is fake and what you threw away was real deal, it can really cause you a lot of pain. So he is going through that pain, and he's going through that grief. Now, in some cases, I'm also being shown that this grief and this pain, this mental anguish could also be coming because of someone very important that he has lost, which he did not care about when they were around. It's like he took them for granted, and now this overall feeling that I've been taking people for granted, and now those people have left me, they don't trust me, they don't respect me, they don't want to see my face, and I cannot see them eye to eye. That feeling is eating him up badly right now. And in some cases, the third case is that the third and one of the very important case that a lot of you out there will resonate with, even though this particularly applies to those divine feminines who have suffered a lot at the hands of divine masculine, and now they are like free souls, they are like happy hippies, they're really chilling and having a good time. But it can also resonate with a big percentage of people where the divine masculine blamed the divine feminine for saying that ever since she came into his life, like, when you fight. So in those fights, he said that to her a few times, that my life was very good before you came in. I was such a happy guy. I was such a lucky guy, or I was doing these great things. I thought you are the one I love. But ever since you came in my life is messed up. I'm always troubled. I'm always upset, and I'm going through so much because of you, and you don't even understand me. So he was acting like this person who was blaming the divine feminine for all of his problems in life. Now, what has happened is that he blamed her so many times in so many fights that after a point she got sick of it, and she thought that, what, if I'm the person who's causing him all the problem, then I better not talk to him, and I better do my own things, and I better don't communicate with this bloke out here. So you can just do whatever you want, she said to him mentally in her energy body, and she started living her life. She didn't give a damn about the woman he was sleeping with. She didn't give a damn about the woman, like in that language, woman he was effing with, and she didn't care about how much money he's making anymore, because there are some cases I've been shown that even money was a big problem. Financial status, like they would keep talking about it, and he would keep saying, I don't earn this much, I don't earn this much, or I earn this much and it's not enough, and I want to buy this and I want to do that, but now I can't do this, blah blah blah. So those talks were also discussed. So now she's like, what, if I'm the person who's creating all of your career problems, all of your business problems, all of your financial problems, and if I'm not lucky for you, if you think, or your mother thinks, or your family thinks, or whosoever it is, your friends, I don't care a damn now. She says that, and she just leaves him. She just walks away basically, and she kind of accepts that he's not even ready for me. He's not even worthy yet, so I'm not gonna bang my head against the wall. So even in those type of cases where she was continuously trying to tell him that you have a great life, you got to have some gratitude for whatever you have, and he was just not able to see the gratitude, or he was not able to see the good things. He was just focused on the negative aspects, be it the divine feminine or be it his life in general. So now what has happened is that she left him. It's been a while, and he's still in the bad situation. He's still not financially able to pick himself up. He's still having bad relationship with his family, or he's the girl he chose, the karmic or the false twin, whatever he chose. He's just simply so unhappy with him, because even though, he gave a commitment and she gave a commitment, but he doesn't have any soul connection with her. So it's like he is now worse, because now he cannot even blame her. Because the karmics always come in very strongly on the divine masculines initially. So when they're so strong, they are like very closed emotionally to him. Some of them physically might get intimate, and there could be some kind of, like, okay, we are together, we're doing this. But it's almost like, having sex with someone who has zero connection with you. So now, when you have that type of a sex or that type of intimacy, even commitment for that matter, maybe he's not in a very sexually active relationship, or he was just imagining it to be a very intimate, very cute, very cuddly, very romantic relationship where all his problems will get solved, be it the money part, or be it the social status, or, keeping his mother happy, because his mother was like, I don't like the divine feminine. She obviously didn't use the word divine feminine, but I don't like this girl, and blah, blah, blah. And now also she's still unhappy. The mother is still unhappy. The sisters are still unhappy. He's also mirroring all of those divine feminines who heal the narcissistic template, or they found out about the narcissistic template. I know a lot of them have not been doing that. They have not even found it or located it. But what happens in the narc template also is that the divine feminine figures out that no matter what she does for them, they will never be happy. So he's just mirroring that feeling that no matter what I do for these people, for the karmic or for his family or whosoever it is involved, they're never going to get happy. So the source of my frustration, the source of my pain, or the source of my life being disorganized is actually not the divine feminine, but that is within me. So the problem is inside of me. He has that realization, but even though he has this realization, he's feeling a lot of paranoia because he's scared of what more is going to come. Maybe he got very badly humiliated in front of a bunch of people and he felt that, oh my God, this is something that I never saw coming. Or he probably got into the police, or the cops called him up, or some case was filed on him, or he's got into a legal battle. So it's just getting worse from here for him. So it's like he's also not thinking that what you sow, so shall you reap. He's actually thinking that this is my wrongdoing. I did bad to the divine feminine. I hurt her. I wasn't loyal to her. I backstabbed her. I betrayed her. I put her through the same feeling that I'm going through now. And at that point in time, I didn't even care. I didn't even care a damn as to what she would go through or how she would feel. But now that he's getting a taste of his own bitter medicine, he is feeling very bad about it. And I don't want to condescend him, but the energy is such that even the masters and guides are like saying, serves him right, this is what he deserves. We gave him a lot of goodness, we gave him a lot of love, and we also fulfilled his wish. He wanted to have the true love, and before finding and attracting true love, he obviously went through a lot of heartbreak. So that's why he could recognize the divine feminine in an instant. So the universe is like, when you were going through all those heartbreaking situations where those girls were dumping you, you were being used, that time you cried in front of us and you were like, I want only true love. But when we give you true love, what do? You give long sermons about not being a man of lust, not being a man who cheats, not being a man who's disloyal, a man who has integrity, a man who sticks to what he chooses, a man who does this, a man who does that. So where did all of that integrity and all of that, honesty and humanity go when it came to the divine feminine? What wrong had she done to you? She was only doing good to you, but you wanted to end things with her. You wanted to break up with her. So you didn't even give a reason. You didn't even give her a closure. And without the closure, she picked up all the pieces. She brushed the dust off her dress. She did all of those things and she went and empowered herself. And now you can see that she's empowered. So obviously the tables have turned. Now, what's clearly also coming out from this is that divine masculine is pushing away people who are now wanting to come up to help him or who are trying to extend support to him, because he doesn't trust anybody now, because he's like, no, I all of the behavior I have displayed or all of the things I did, all the choices I made is because of the advices I took from all the people who did not know any better than me. So he is also looking for finding the courage within himself to seek the right type of help now. He is feeling sleeplessness, as you can see in the card. He's not able to sleep. He's getting nightmares. And the feeling of sleeplessness is out of the fear. It's out of the depression. And he's also feeling very lonely and isolated. It's because the option that he took, the gold option or the diamond option he took, is because he had a very rosy imagination about his future with whatever option he took, be it person or be it place or be it monetary gain or whatever. He thought that his life would be a bed of roses after that, and he would be just singing songs and whistling in the woods. He thought all of those things, and he didn't at that point in time think about how through this, in all of this, divine feminine would feel by his negative, ignoring her or making her feel she didn't even exist. He did not think of that at that point in time. So now that will dawn on him. Very soon after this card comes, he would be able to do that, but because he will think that the reason is now within him. He was in denial, so that denial is going away now, and denial will fully go once he has lived through this grief. And at this point in time, it's also not easy to find a solution, so he has to go through this feeling, and so that he can eventually look for the right type of counseling situation or help. And though this feeling won't last forever, obviously this feeling of depression and mental anxiety would be lifted from him, and it would be taken care of. But it's one thing that he needs to understand, that he's in this situation because of the unreasonable standards he set for himself, because of the choices he made, and because of the things he did. And most importantly, in this scenario also, what comes as a big point is self-loathing behavior, where you just don't want to see that you could be wrong, borderline narcissistic behavior, very selfish, very self-centered behavior, and very big ego. You know, when you have a very big ego, you don't want to listen to anyone else. You just feel that you can trample anyone under your feet. So those feelings, they obviously come with this kind of situation that has happened. So overall, it's a period of mental anxiety, things that are causing him sleepless nights. Maybe he started a business thinking that this business will take him places and he would be doing great things and he would be making so much money, but it happened right through in between the pandemic, or something is shown like very big way, in a very big way, that many sleepless nights are to come. Not just the one right now, or maybe he is going through this phase of sleepless nights because all the people who run away, all the people who escape. Now, it could be a divine masculine energy in a woman's body also. So because she tried to escape this situation, she thought that maybe eating some pills or getting drunk or going to a party, or maybe a new man in her life or something, you know, would make it nice or make it better, or whatever she did, she means the divine masculine here. Now she's realizing that none of this can help me, because this is happening because of the journey that I am in. So my difficulties had nothing to do with the DF. My DF was clearly not the reason of my problems. So this is, for some people it started right in the month of June, and since June it has been ongoing. For some it started in July, August, September, October, November, December also it could go. But whatever it is also going to help him open his eyes to reality, to the actual truth, to the actuality of feelings. So from that perspective, even though it is a negative card, it is a bringer of something positive, more reality, more practicality, and real emotions, because now he's facing what the fake emotions could do to him. He's facing that now, what fake choices or wrong choices. So now he used to think that the karmic or the option he took was very beautiful, very attractive. What a gorgeous woman, what a well-spoken woman. Oh, she is so nice. She speaks like as if she's having sugar in her mouth and things like that, you know. But now that he's getting to live with her, he's actually seeing the monster in her, and he's seeing all the ugliness, all the fakeness, because, you know, as long as a person is real, they look very beautiful, as long as they're authentic. But when you know that they're all just pretending to talk very sweetly, extra nicely, just to get things done, just to get some favors, just to get some materialistic wish fulfillment, and she doesn't really care about his feelings whatsoever. So he's going through this very, very sad state, and he's thinking that, okay, this is not gonna end like this. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So on this note, I'm gonna end this channeling. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.